What's up and welcome back to North Lake Survivors. It's been a minute.
It's been a while.
How have you been, sir? Anything new in your life?
Well, last time we talked, I was pregnant, and now we have a baby boy, Leo.
You have a baby boy named Leo. He is adorable.
Yeah, he was born December 2nd. He was supposed to be the first, but he came the second. Well, he was supposed to be the 7th, but we got induced.
On the first.
So I thought he was going to come on the 1st with our induction date, but he took a really long time. He wouldn't come out. I pushed for like 3 hours, and then the doctor...
That sounds painful.
Yeah, it wasn't painful. It was just exhausting. Because I took the epidural, and I didn't feel anything, but it was a lot of pressure.
Oh.
Like, I couldn't feel my legs, because, they numb you, and you can't feel anything.
You want to be numb.
Yeah. I was really scared at first. Like, when they gave me the epidural, I was like, oh, this feels great. But then after a while, I was like, I can't feel my legs. This is scary. Like, I can't move my legs. And
You're like, oh my god, am I paralyzed?
The anesthesiologist,
Did your mind start
my
running?
mind was like, am I paralyzed? Is this going to be my life? Yeah. And then the anesthesiologist...
I love that you're a nurse. You know how this stuff works.
I actually didn't know how the epidural...
Okay.
I didn't know that you weren't able to, feel your legs. I knew it numbed you, but I didn't know that you weren't going to be able to have any feeling at all. Like, that part I didn't know.
When I broke this the first time,
Mm-hmm.
nothing. They would spend so long stabbing my
you?
fingers. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
does this hurt? And I was like, I don't feel anything. There's no feeling in my arm at all.
Yeah.
So I've experienced that feel. Obviously now it works. It's fine.
Yeah. So the anesthesiologist came in because I was concerned. I was like, I can't feel my legs, and he's like, well, I can't really go back on the epidural. I can stop it, but I don't think you would want me to do that because then you'll start feeling pain.
So is it not normal to not feel your legs?
He said it's normal. He told me it's normal.
Okay.
He's normal. He said it's normal, and I can't really turn it down because I'm at the lowest setting. And if I turn it down, then you're probably going to start having sensation, and then that's probably going to...
You were freaking out at the lowest setting. Imagine if it was a higher setting.
Yeah, he told me, he's like, I'm at the lowest setting. I can remove it completely if you want. I was like, no, it's fine. He told me just to shift weight on each side, because he says if I shift weight, then I'll be able to feel one leg. Because it's by gravity, I guess. The medicine works.
So the medicine didn't just numb everything. It was the way you were sitting or laying that was numbing it?
Well, they said it numbs it, but if you shift weight from side to side, then you'll begin to feel sensation on one leg, and then you won't feel the sensation on the other leg. He just told me to keep shifting my weight.
And did that work?
Yeah, it worked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was just still scary. Yeah. But... yeah, after I pushed for 3 hours, they gave me the option to try for 1 more hour, and then they said they could use this thing called a vacuum to get him out. But the risk of the vacuum is that you risk breaking his shoulder. And I'm like, I don't know about that. They didn't seem too confident that they wouldn't...
A vacuum to pull a child out sounds absolutely barbaric and terrifying.
I know.
Why would that be an option?
It's a vacuum assisted because it takes... He's been... I've been pushing for 3 hours and they want something to assist him to come out. So...
Yes, but if I'm like, there's a child in here, how do we get them out? Let's use a vacuum?
Yeah.
Sounds insane.
And they kind of give them a little cone head, I guess, the vacuum. But my worry was breaking his shoulder. I was like, I don't want to do that, so I just opted for the C-section. And yeah, they gave me more drugs during the C-section, and I was just out. I fell asleep during the C-section.
I do love when they put you on. I've only been put under, I think, once or twice, but I love the or when same time when this arm broke, they put me under, and it was count down from 100, and by the time I got to 97, I was in a completely different room, and hours had passed.
Yeah. Well, they said during labor they can't put you to sleep because they want you to be awake so you can push.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And they didn't put me asleep for the C-section either, but the drugs that they gave me did actually help me sleep through it.
I figured a C-section you would be asleep.
Yeah, but they didn't want to give you a whole anesthesia because I guess they want you to be alert and kind of awake.
Oh,
so they know that you're okay, I guess. I don't know. But they wouldn't let us look at the incision. They put a little barrier So they couldn't let you see
You were
them.
freaking out that you were paralyzed when your legs were numb. How
But
would you feel when they're cutting
I
into
wanted
you?
to see them. I wanted to see how it looked like.
They're not even cutting into somebody else. They're cutting into you.
I know.
You would have flipped out.
But I didn't feel anything. It was so funny because they're like, "Oh, you're gonna feel some pressure now," and I was like, "Okay," and I felt nothing. I was like, "Where's the pressure?"
Yeah, but psychologically, it would have still done something to you.
Yeah, probably.
You see them with a knife, you're like, hold on.
That's true. Maybe if I did see them, I would be like, wait a minute.
Like, it's good that there's a division there.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter if you can feel it or not. Anyone's going at you with a knife. Your response
like,
is going to be like, hold on. And then you see blood, you're like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
Is this okay?
But I felt nothing. I didn't even feel pressure. I guess because I had, the medicine from before and then now. And then I was just out.
How long were you in the hospital for?
I went in December 1st at 6 a.m. And Leo was born the following day at 8 a.m. And since I had the C-section, they made me stay 3 days.
Yeah, because I could have sworn you were in there for a few days.
But Leo also had jaundice. So
what is jaundice?
Like, his bilirubin was...
Now the next question is, what is a bilirubin?
So, it's something to do with his liver not breaking down the toxins correctly. So
there's something wrong with his liver?
Yeah. It's common in babies. So
oh, okay.
He had like a little something called baby jaundice where his skin was yellow and he had a buildup of bilirubin, which is a byproduct of the jaundice.
And so how do they fix that?
They had to put him under this blue light, phototherapy. So we had him under there for like 2 days. And also, like, the more you pee and poop, it gets rid of the bilirubin, the toxins in the body.
Okay. Why is it called bilirubin? It's such an odd name.
I don't know. I think it's named after someone. Hey, Siri, what is the name bilirubin? Okay, let me rephrase it. Hey, Siri, where did they come up with the name bilirubin? It derives from the name Reuben. What? Okay, wait. Hey Siri, how did they come up with the name bilirubin?
Here's an answer from definitions.net.
Well, she's not understanding me. Reuben, she thinks I'm talking about...
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Siri's
it's probably named after whoever discovered it.
Whoever discovered it, probably. But yeah,
So back in the day, if you had that...
You had to go through... They usually put the baby by the window with the sunlight.
Oh, and the sunlight helps?
Yeah, the sunlight helps. Yeah. And in the hospital, they gave us a little light to put him under. It was a blue light, and he had nothing on but the diaper. So all his skin had to be exposed. And, And at that time, too, he was kind of... Being new parents, we didn't know, like, how much he was supposed to eat. So, like, I was...
The hospital didn't tell you?
They just told me to, like, breastfeed him, keep him on the breast, and then he'll be, you'll see him suckling, and he'll get off when he's full. So I kept him, like, I tried to breastfeed him, and he was doing okay, I thought.
I think some babies have a hard time, like, latching on, right?
Yeah, the latch did hurt, and for the most part, I saw he was suckling, but he would fall asleep a lot. But then he woke up frequently crying, so I think it was like a day or two later they weighed him, and then we noticed that he was losing weight. So that's when I found out I wasn't producing enough. So I asked the nurse to get me some donor breast milk, and they gave me that.
I want kids eventually, but this all sounds very terrifying.
Yeah. But it turned out fine because I fed him more than I was supposed to. I clarified like how much I was supposed to give him, and then we did that, and he started...
So you just weren't producing enough then, so he was losing weight?
Yeah, so I found out like I wasn't producing enough, so I just gave him donor milk, and then when I go to the hospital, I bought formula because donor milk is really expensive.
So my thing is just going back to like, so before we had all these advancements with technology and medicine and all that, what did old-timey parents do when they had all these issues?
I don't know.
Like
feel
if you had a home birth, how would you know you weren't producing enough?
That's a good question. I mean, now I started pumping afterwards, so using the breast pump, so I could see exactly how much I was producing,
Oh,
which was still not a lot, but it was enough. So when I got home, I gave him formula and I pumped like as much as
so
I
he
could.
was having both.
So he was having both up until like 2 months, because I started sleeping in, and apparently like you produce more the more you pump. So if you pump every 2 to 3 hours, you probably pump more. But the longer Leo slept, the more I slept with him, because I was like, I want my sleep too. So the less I started producing, because I was sleeping in more with
He
Leo.
sleeps now, right?
Yeah.
Like now you.
Last night he slept 12 hours.
12 hours?
Yeah, like he went to bed at like 11, and he woke up one time at 7 o'clock to eat, and then he went right back to sleep, and then he woke up like 11 o'clock.
12 hours is insane. Why do you sleep so much?
I don't know. But apparently it's okay as long as he's eating, and he ate fine. He's awake now, so he's awake during the day, and he just is doing better sleeping throughout the night.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
He has a strong little grip. He's so cute.
He's getting
He's
stronger.
adorable.
Yeah. So yeah, that's.
You're a mother.
I know. It was my experience. Hopefully the next baby I can learn how to like breastfeed better, because formula is expensive. It is so expensive.
It's America. Everything's expensive.
Yeah. Because like one bottle of formula is 50. The big can is $50, and we go through it like in a week. So, it is. I've been getting coupons online for like $30 off. So, I've been trying to use different usernames so I can sign up for so many different coupons.
Oh.
Because I don't want to pay $50 a week for formula.
This country is designed
It
to
is
make
insane.
you poor.
It is.
It really is designed to make you poor. It's
Yeah.
like, how can we milk people for money and punish them for not having it at
It's
the
like
same
you got
time?
to feed the baby. And
Well, yes, you have to feed the baby. That's it.
And
That's a necessity.
I don't have enough breast milk unless a mother out there wants to breastfeed Leo for free.
What is that called? Wet nurse?
Is that what it's
I
called?
think back in like old timey,
Mm-hmm.
there was wet nurses. Like
Oh.
you would hire someone who would.
That's nice.
We've moved away from that. We have formula now.
Yeah.
You just gotta break your bank account to pay for it. That's insane.
I know.
But he doesn't have his liver is fine now.
Yeah,
right?
he's fine now. It was only when he was like a few weeks old.
Oh.
And then once we started feeding him more formula, he gained more weight and he pooped more. So the more you poop, the more you get rid of the bilirubin. So,
okay.
And then, he got his
So the
color
liver
back.
just wasn't fully developed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So it's very common in babies. So I don't really know exactly the cause. Right. Maybe
Well, if it's
more-
common,
yeah,
then it's
maybe,
probably just.
Yeah, I didn't really look it up. I need to look it up.
I would assume maybe the liver is one of the last things to form. Maybe that's why it's common. So it's just
Yeah,
something they didn't finish when it was supposed to.
maybe.
But he's fine.
He's fine now.
Oh.
Yeah. He's fine.
And the cats like him.
The cats love him. Chalupa tries to lick his head all the time. He's like, this is my child. I'm going to give him a bath.
How does he feel with the cats?
He likes it. He doesn't like his head getting licked. He doesn't like it. I went to the bathroom one time and all I heard was screaming, and I came out and Chalupa was licking his head. I was like, don't do that, Chalupa.
The sad thing is that's a sign of affection. It's he's not trying to be mean to him.
Yeah,
He's-
but he just doesn't like his... And sometimes his breath stinks too, Chalupa, when he's like right up in your face.
You're telling me your cat doesn't eat Altoids?
My cat does. He doesn't, but he needs them.
Oh God.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. But you're loving motherhood?
So far, yeah. I mean, the first few weeks of newborn.
Well, I mean, isn't
were-
that supposed to be painful for everybody?
Yeah, it's like the lack of sleep was horrible because he like woke up every 1 to 2 hours.
But you and Nino had a system, right? Like
Yeah.
you would rotate.
He would like go to sleep for a few hours, and I'd be out with the baby, feeding him, staying up, and then like we'd give each other like 5 hours, 5 or 6 hours, And then, like, we'd take turns sleeping in the bedroom with Leo out in the nursery. And, yeah, it worked.
That's good.
Yeah.
You guys are a good team.
Yeah. So far, so good. Yeah.
I've seen him a few times since he's been born. He's adorable.
Yeah, he's getting bigger.
And he, like, when we were over there with Tina, he kept, like, turning over already. Like...
Oh, yeah. I think they start to turn, like, between 3 to 6 or 3 to 8 months. I guess everyone's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully he'll start rolling over. But apparently everything happens in, like, 6 months. So a lot of things. They start sitting up at 6 months.
Yeah, that's what Nina was saying.
Yeah, Nina says their brain just turns on at 6 months.
That's exactly how he said it to me.
But I am noticing him making so much more noise. Like, when you came over, he was kind of talking more.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Yeah, like, he's making much noise. He's responding to you more.
And his eyes are so alert. Like,
yeah,
like when I came over, he was just staring at me.
Yeah, he looks at you, and when you look at him for a while, he'll smile at you. And be like, ah, and he'll try to talk to you.
How are your parents doing?
Oh, they love him.
Your brother?
Yeah, he's excited to be an uncle. He's like, yeah, they love him.
He's lucky that he has family everywhere around him. Your grandparents are right there, your parents are right there, your brother's down the street.
Yeah.
He's very lucky.
Yeah. We were gonna go to, because next week's spring break, Nino's uncle, you heard he's passed away, sadly. It was so fast, because we didn't know that, he had cancer. We didn't know the cancer was going to take him that fast, because we were going to visit him in the hospital, and, like, next thing you know, Catherine called me and said he passed away. I was like, oh, no. So, I don't know. I know Nino's going to go, but I'm still trying to decide if I should take Leo on the plane.
Well, how are you going to rent a car?
Yeah, but it's a 17-hour drive, so we're trying to decide. But my cousin, she said that she took her 2-month-old to Guyana, and she was fine. She flew with her, so we might just fly. Because it's easier.
The road trip, I think, would be fine if all 3 of you were going.
Yeah, all 3 of us would go.
Okay, because okay. Because when you told me, that's what I thought. But then the way you were describing it right now, it seemed like Nina was going to fly there and you were going to drive and meet him.
No, I'm saying Nina was going for sure.
Okay,
If me and Leo, whether or not me and Leo stay home or not, Nina was going for sure.
Yeah, because I wouldn't drive 17 hours without someone sitting with the baby.
Yeah, if we drive, I would definitely be... Anywhere we drive, I'm always in the backseat with him.
Okay, good.
I've never driven with him by myself yet, because I'm scared. Even though I have a camera, like a little mirror, that you can see him in the back when you're in the front, I'm still afraid to, like, not have someone back there with him.
Oh, yeah, I would be... No, not this young.
Yeah, I think I'll wait till he can at least sit up on his own, and he has more control of his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and can maybe, alert you other than a cry that there's something.
Exactly.
So I'm with you on that,
Yeah. But yeah, so...
I feel bad. That's sad.
I know. He was you saw him at our wedding.
Yeah.
He was just, like, the liveliest person ever. He was so, like, funny and nice. So, just, you never know what can happen in life. It's just, like...
It happens fast.
Yeah. Because he was in remission. And then, I guess, a year later, it came back with, like, a vengeance.
Oh.
That's how Nino just put it. I was like, dang.
Did he have kids?
He had one daughter, Mandy. You saw her at the wedding. She's the one with the blondish
hair.
hair.
I remember.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, his only daughter.
That's sad. He's going crazy. I don't know what he's doing over there.
If
you hear something in the background, Goliath is climbing on his cave.
Yeah.
And if you hear crickets in the background, it's because I bought him a waterfall for Christmas. You can see it right there. It's very cool.
It is really cool.
But I used to feed him in his cage. Now I have a separate container that I feed him in because crickets would hide in the water fountain. And
inside the water fountain?
Inside the water fountain. And so when I clean it out, I now scoop those crickets out because I feel bad because they have a little family. So there's like 3 or 4
family.
Well, when I went to clean it out, because I clean the waterfall out like every other week, I said to clean it out.
Yeah.
And there are little baby crickets in there now.
But they're alive.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They don't go in the water. They're hanging on inside.
So they have a little family now.
They have a little family. So now when I clean it, I scoop them out so that they could be alive. And I
Goliath
figure,
can't eat them.
well, he's more than welcome to eat them if he can hunt them. Like, that's the circle of life. But I'm not going to drown them when I change the water out.
Oh, that's nice of you. You won't drown them, but you'll let Goliath eat them.
That's the circle of life. He has a right to eat.
That's so funny. I think I'd rather be drowned than eaten.
But,
I don't know, actually.
But eaten, you at least have a chance to run away.
That's true. You
And
just have a
and
chance.
I've changed it out like 4 times since then. He hasn't eaten them, so they're clearly outrunning him.
So what does he eat? Does he eat the crickets?
I put him in this container to eat crickets. I just got a separate container so that they can't hide. More crickets can't hide in the water fountain.
So he's eating some of them, at least.
He's eating the new crickets I buy.
Ew.
Those crickets in the water fountain, because crickets only live like 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever crickets got in there, they're dead of old age. These are
Oh.
their sons and daughters and grandchildren. It's a very incestuous family.
Mm-hmm.
It just keeps reproducing and living inside the water fountain. Keep me up at night with the little chirping sounds.
Oh my goodness. That's so funny.
But also the last week or two, he's upset at me because all he's been eating is worms because all the pet stores around me haven't had crickets because they said the cold has been killing them.
Oh, well now we don't have any colds anymore.
So, but when I went last time, they're like, well, we're still waiting on a shipment, so hopefully he can have crickets this week.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one thing about Michigan. It's still cold over there. I don't know. That's also one thing I'm just kind of...
With the baby.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's going to be cold. And also, like, I don't want him to be crying at the funeral. So that's the other thing I have to consider. So we'll see.
Maybe he misses this one.
Yeah, maybe. So we'll see.
So 17 hours, you're going to take turns driving, or you're going to stop somewhere for the night?
If we drive, we would... Because they said, I looked it up, they said the babies require at least a break every 2 hours. Stretch your legs. Diaper change, I guess. Yeah.
So then 17 hours will probably turn to 20, maybe 21.
Yeah. It will be a long, long drive. So if we do go, it would be to fly.
Yeah, when I go to San Diego, I drive nonstop, and I still have to stop every like I don't buy fast food. I'll get out of the car and walk around in the restaurant and eat because I'm like my legs are stiff.
Oh, so you go to a sit down restaurant?
I usually go to fast food just because it's cheaper, but I'll go in.
But you'll go in. You
I'll
won't
go
in the
inside and
drive-thru.
eat. Yeah,
That's smart. That's what I did when I went to Lubbock. I went to like McDonald's and stretched my legs.
Yeah, because sitting that long, you need to move around.
Yeah, that's true. It's like your legs cramp up.
And then for the baby, I imagine, he can't just be sitting there.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure the vibrations of the car will let him sleep for most
he
of it.
loves it. He loves the vibration. He goes to sleep all the time, like any car rides. He'll be crying, but as soon as the car starts, he'll fall back asleep.
Have you been reading to him?
Yeah, I've been reading. I got a little Pokemon book.
Teaching him early.
Mm-hmm. And the pages are cool. Like, they have little pages where you can feel the pages. So, like, you can put the baby's hand and, like, feel, like, the different pages.
That's cool.
Yeah. Like, you read it and it's like a touch and feel book.
Is he attentive when you're reading? Like,
Not as much as I wanted to. Sometimes he'll, like, stare at it. But I don't know if he's, like, still too young to know exactly.
it's good you're doing it. Like,
But yeah, I'm trying.
I saw this video. I think I sent it to you on Instagram where this couple put their crawling baby in front of the 3 starter Pokemon from the original series.
I saw that. I want to do that too. Once he starts crawling, I want to do that to see which Pokemon.
Who do you
crawls.
hope he picks?
Okay, it can't be Pikachu because that's not one of the starters. Right?
I mean, if you wanted to put that as a 4th option.
Yeah, because I know the 3 starters. I think my favorite of the 3 original starters is Charmander.
That's my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah.
By far. Not even a contest.
So I hope he picks Charmander.
I love Charmander.
Yeah, Charmander's cute.
You're gonna try to make him a Hufflepuff like you as well?
Yeah. Or Slytherin.
Slytherin, oh yeah, let them be evil. Why do people like Slytherin? They're the bad guys.
They're misunderstood.
Misunderstood, okay.
Yeah. They're just, they're just that kid who's like, oh, you don't understand him yet. You think he's bad, but You just gotta get to know him.
Yeah, poor Voldemort. No one gave him a chance.
Yeah, no one gave him a chance. They just,
What, just because it killed people?
yeah, you don't understand why he killed those people.
Yeah, it's because they were different and not like him.
Yeah.
How dare people not be like him?
Right? They just need to understand the reasoning.
I don't think she gets the sarcasm.
Goliath is just staring at himself in the reflection.
Yeah, he gets that from me.
He's just like, who's this good looking cat? Or reptile?
He's adorable.
He is. It's cute. He's having a lot of fun in there.
Oh, it's great. Ever since February started, from like November through January, he was lethargic. He would just kind of like lay there. He'd move around a little bit. He was not living his best life. And then as soon as February started, he just started running around and exploring again.
Because it got warmer?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just those weeks where it got cold. He was really lethargic.
He was just like,
yeah.
He would. That's when he wanted the worms and not the crickets, because he didn't want to chase anything. He was just like, bring the food to me. But now look at it. He has so much energy.
Yeah, he's like going crazy.
God. So what have you been watching?
Movie wise?
Well, this episode's already been like a half hour, so we can do TV shows on this one, and the next one we can do movies.
Okay, TV shows. Okay, Cobra Kai, we just finished that.
What did you think? Did you cry? I cried.
It was so sentimental. But now, since I didn't watch the original, was it Karate Kid?
Yeah, there were definitely things that I think you missed.
Yeah, because Nino picked it up because he watched the original Karate Kid, and he's like, "Oh, this is a throwback to the original Karate Kid."
How did you watch any of Cobra Kai without the Karate Kid movies? Because the whole show as a whole, it's a giant throwback. Like that's what when I was talking to Billy, because he likes the Karate Kid movies, I was like, rewatch them before you watch Cobra Kai, because the entire series is a love letter to those three movies.
Well, yeah, so every time they would bring back a person from the Karate Kid, I would be like, who is that? I don't know who that is. But the story is separate.
The story is separate, yeah.
Because the kids, their stories are separate from the adult.
Cobra Kai has done the best job of any franchise of being a new thing based off of legacy property that honored the legacy and did something new. The next best one would be Degrassi.
Yeah.
But most of these things fell. Like the Star Wars sequels failed.
Yeah. Cobra Kai is so awesome. I'm so sad that the series is over. But it was a good ending, but I'm just so sad that it's over.
The fact like you haven't seen the movie, but like at the ending of the first movie, Johnny says, "You're all right, LaRusso."
Yeah, and at the end, he's like, "You're all right,
Lawrence.
Yeah. You're all right, Lawrence."
I was like that turned me up. Yeah. I was like, okay. And then like the whole second part. So the last season was broken up into 3 parts, and it was going to be Robbie versus the guy who was hitting on Sam.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. I was like, I love Robbie, but that needs to be Miguel's fight.
Yeah.
Why is it Robbie's fight? It was pissing me off the whole second thing, and I was like, that's just bad planning. That needs to be Miguel's fight. And then they made it Miguel's fight. I was like, okay, yeah, that's how it should be.
Yeah, when they were talking about having a replacement to fight what's his face, I was like, oh, it's got to be Miguel. Miguel has to fight.
And I don't know how you feel, but I was always like, I love Robbie. Don't get me wrong. Robbie's a great character.
Yeah.
But like season 4 and most of season 5, Robbie taking center stage, and I'm like, no, this is Miguel's show. Like this, Cobra Kai is about Miguel. Miguel is Danny LaRusso. But instead of meeting Mr. Miyagi, it's what if he did meet John Cleese, but a nicer version of him.
Yeah.
But like, because Miguel and LaRusso have the same story.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's like, why is Robbie taking center stage? This is Miguel's show.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that when everything was said and done, it was Miguel's show.
Yeah, he kind of showed up for everybody at the end. So
and I love that Robbie and his girl got sponsors. And
I know.
Oh my god, it was such a well-made show.
Yeah,
Such a well-made show.
Yeah. And now they have a movie coming up, a new Karate Kid movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Karate Kid timeline.
So the new Karate Kid movie is going to be like completely different, or is it going to be kind of connected?
Well, when it was originally announced,
Uh-huh.
it had nothing to do with Cobra Kai. And then
Because I know what's his face, LaRusso is still
Ralph
gonna be in that.
Ralph Macchio
yeah.
has come out and said, no.
Mhm.
He was like, it's not a continuation of Cobra Kai,
Mhm.
but it's in the same universe. He was like, this is a continuation of the franchise. We're not ignoring Cobra Kai. We're just maybe not acknowledging it. So nothing in this movie is going to contradict Cobra Kai.
Okay.
And I think they said it takes place like 5 years in the future.
Okay.
So it's enough time has gone by.
Mhm.
So if we see LaRusso's wife, it's probably going to be the same actor. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they're not going to be like, oh, remember on Cobra Kai? But they're not going to ignore Cobra Kai. Which
So
is...
they're not going to mention Cobra Kai?
But I mean, what are you going to mention? Other than LaRusso had other students.
Can we see those other students?
I
again?
seriously doubt that will happen.
So we're not going to be able to see Miguel again?
I
and
doubt it.
Johnny Lawrence?
I think the only characters...
Like, I feel like they should kind of do a continuance, like how they've been doing.
Well, I also think the 5 years is to get Anthony out of the house. I think if you see anyone from Cobra Kai in this movie, it will be the
Anthony
wife.
And
No, because I think 5 years was to get Anthony out of the house.
Oh, so just the wife.
I think maybe the wife will make an appearance, which to me would be enough to connect it.
Yeah.
But here's the timeline, and why you need to watch all of these movies. The first one, LaRusso moves to the Valley.
Mm-hmm.
And, meets Mr. Miyagi. So you have no idea who Mr. Miyagi is. Except for the shitty CGI, which was bad. And they
Oh
should
my
not
god,
have
the
done.
CGI part was so terrible.
It was so terrible. I was like, oh my god, I love the show, but why?
Why did they do that?
Just hire someone who quasi looks like him.
Yeah. Like,
But,
dang.
the first one he moves there, meets Mr. Miyagi, and then he's, battling Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
The girl that they were fighting over was in the show. She came back in I think the first season or second season. That was the girl they were fighting over.
Oh, the girl that they were fighting over. She was a blonde.
She was blonde, yeah. So in the first movie, that's who they're fighting over.
Yeah.
And there's always been the argument, who's the real bad guy in the Karate Kid?
So the very first movie is when they were like kind of teenagers.
They were
right?
teenagers, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, who's the bad guy?
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Lawrence or Danny LaRusso? You're watching the movie from Danny LaRusso's perspective, but you could easily make it out. This new kid comes, moves in on Johnny Lawrence's girl, and he's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
So you could view it either way. How I Met Your Mother. Have you watched that?
Yes, I did.
Remember they had a Karate Kid episode where Barney was like,
Yes,
Johnny LaRusso is the good guy.
Johnny
Danny
Lawrence.
LaRusso. Yeah, Johnny Lawrence
he
is
liked,
the good guy. Yeah.
He liked Johnny Lawrence, and he did not like LaRusso.
Not at all, yeah. So like both versions could be seen.
That was funny.
That was
episode.
funny. I love How I Met Your Mother. The ending is atrocious.
The ending was terrible. Yeah.
But the overall show is brilliant.
Yeah.
The second movie, they go to Japan,
Okay.
and I forgot what's his name. The sensei, the Asian sensei, the Japanese sensei.
Chosen?
Chosen.
Yeah.
He's the villain.
I can't believe he's a villain.
Oh,
he's so nice.
He's
God.
watch the movie.
I gotta watch the movie because in the series, Chosen is a sweetheart.
Oh, yeah, not on that movie.
Okay.
And the girl that, he called and she was like, I love you as a friend.
Yeah.
That's the girl they're fighting over.
Okay.
There's a lot of girls fighting over people.
Okay.
Then the third movie, they're back in the All Valley. I think LaRusso's like in college.
Mm-hmm.
And he's selling the plants, the bonsai trees and
Yeah.
all that. And that's where we meet Silver.
Okay.
And LaRusso gets taken in by Silver, and Silver's a bad man.
Yeah, he's bad in the series too. I remember him.
Then we get the Forgotten movie, which is not great, but it's there. The next Karate Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Miyagi goes and visits a friend, and some girl who needs help, and he trains her, and she's the next Karate Kid.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good movie. It's corny, but it's not. The LaRusso movies are the movies everybody loves. This movie's kind of forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad, but it's not great. It's just kind of there.
Yeah.
Then we have the shitty movie. And this movie is kind of bad. And this is the movie where Jackie Chan trains...
So Jackie Chan is in this movie?
Yeah, he trains Jaden Smith.
And Jackie Chan is going to be in the new Cobra Kai.
Yes. So that's why this movie is now part of that universe, where originally it was its own thing separated.
Okay.
The one thing Cobra Kai said is like, well, we're gonna try to get. I'm drawing a blank on the girl from Katie Swanson. No, I'm drawing a blank on her name from the next Karate Kid.
Okay.
But they were trying to get her into Cobra Kai and just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
From day one, they said, we're not touching the Jackie Chan movie. That movie's bad, and we want nothing to do
We
with
don't
it.
want anything to do with it. So what is the Jackie Chan movie called?
The Karate Kid.
The Karate Kid. Okay.
Yeah, it's the same name. It's a remake.
Okay.
But now they're combining them.
Okay.
So then you get the Cobra Kai movies, or the shows. And then you get this one, which is Jackie Chan and Daniel LaRusso training a student together. I'm here for it.
Okay.
Now that it's not erasing Cobra Kai, I am
Yeah.
here for it.
I mean, I still wish they could have, done a continuation, follow the kids as they go to college,
Well, I don't see why there's not. I mean, what's Robbie's real name? Not Robbie's real name. Miguel's real name.
Javi.
He's. I think he's going to be a star.
Because he's the Beetle.
Yeah,
now.
Blue Beetle.
He's the Blue Beetle.
Friends with his agent. I think he's going to be a star. That
Yeah.
dude is such a talented actor.
Yeah.
But there's a world where, you wait 10, 15 years, and then you give him a show where he's, the lead. He's the old generation
the old
raising the new
raising
generation.
Yeah, and then we'll have a throwback to
Yeah.
Cobra Kai.
Well, you bring in Robbie, you bring in everybody else. Like,
Yeah, we need that to happen.
I could see a world where that happens.
Yeah.
Because he is such a talent. That is if he's not too busy. Because I think he's going to be a star.
Yeah, definitely. Because there's going to be another Blue Beetle movie, right?
I don't know.
I
Maybe.
don't know. The Blue Beetle is really good.
It was. I really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
But because of the whole shake-up at DC, I don't know if they're going to continue it.
Yeah, maybe. There's so many good movies coming out.
There are. I'm really excited for all the
Yeah.
movies.
Mm-hmm.
But Cobra Kai, I think, is one of the greatest shows made in a long time.
I think so, too.
I remember watching it on YouTube Red.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch it on YouTube Red?
No. I think I always watched it. It was always on Netflix, right?
No.
No?
So back in the day...
Or are you talking about the movies, the original movies?
No. I'm talking about the show. So back in the day, YouTube had a subscription service. I think they still have it, called YouTube Red.
Okay.
And now it just gets rid of ads. But
Oh.
for a while, they were trying to do programming. They were trying to be a streaming service.
Oh.
So they had a bunch of shows. The only two shows I watched was Ryan Hansen Solves Crime, the dude from Veronica Mars. I don't know if you've ever seen Veronica Mars.
I have not.
You need to watch Veronica Mars. It's brilliant.
Well, I need to watch it after I watch Buffy.
No, you do. You need to watch Buffy. That's even more brilliant.
Yeah.
But the other show was Cobra Kai.
Okay.
So the first two seasons of Cobra Kai were on YouTube Red.
Okay.
And then YouTube was like, we're not making any more shows.
Mhm.
And Netflix was like, we'll take Cobra Kai. we want that. So it moved from YouTube Red
Mm-hmm.
to Netflix. And once it hit Netflix, it blew up.
Dang.
Because the only people watching it on YouTube Red were people like me who would get the free subscription to YouTube Red, watch the season, and then cancel their YouTube Red because
Dang.
no one wanted that. But it was such a great show that people were like, I need more.
Wow. It is great. It had a great ending. I'm just sad it's over because I
Yeah.
want more. It's that good of a
But
show.
but I am glad that it's over because some
Yeah.
shows go too long.
and
and-
then they mess up the whole vibe. Like they just kind of
Yeah.
go.
And how do you do this show when they're in college? It had to end with them in high school.
That's true. Yeah.
It kind of did.
Yeah. Because. Yeah.
Because I mean,
college
unless you
student.
go the Degrassi route, but I don't care about Anthony enough for him to be the lead character.
Yeah, I don't know. Anthony, I guess they didn't really give him that much.
What was the black kid's name?
The one that he bullied.
Yeah.
I forgot. But
He could be a lead,
yeah, he could be a lead.
but Anthony could not.
Anthony was
And
kinda
if it's
like
a two-hand between him, Anthony, and then the girl, what's the girl's name?
the other girl who bullied.
The girl who gave the black kid
The
laxatives.
laxatives, yeah. I'm drawing a blank on her name too.
They would be the 3 stars.
Yeah. Mhm.
But it's like, but I'm so invested in Miguel and Robbie
Yeah,
and Tori and Sam.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would be as invested if those 4 people are gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like.
Because they're the show.
Mhm.
And I'm so glad that Lawrence and Cleese had that I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. The tearjerker apology and finally coming to
Yeah.
peace and letting out all their anger, and
I know.
it was so cathartic. It just one of my favorite shows.
Yeah,
I love
it's
Cobra
a
Kai.
brilliant show.
So brilliant. I'm rewatching Suits. As you can see, it's paused on my screen.
What season are you on now?
I am about halfway done with season 5.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I've been burning through it.
How many seasons are Suits?
9.
9. Okay.
So I'm gonna finish all 9 seasons, and then I'm gonna watch Pearlson again. Not the greatest show, but I do love Gina Torres, and it's a continuation.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get caught up on Suits LA. So I think the second episode's out, but I've only seen the first.
Okay.
Have you watched that?
Suits LA? No.
No?
I did. We were watching Suits. I think we kind of stopped after the lawyer and Meghan Markle after
Mike and
Mike and Meghan Markle.
Rachel.
Yeah, Rachel. After their marriage, I think we stopped a little bit after they left the show.
Oh, okay, after they left the show.
Yeah, and then after like the other lawyer girl, what's her name? Pearson. Yeah.
When she
After
left
she
the show.
left
I
the
think she
show.
left the show before then, didn't she?
Okay, I can't remember. Because I remember so many people left the show and it just didn't feel the same.
The last couple seasons are a little, if I remember correctly, because I'm not there, so I haven't seen them since they aired.
Mm-hmm.
But they were a little rough.
Yeah.
But Drew Hill, who plays one of the lawyers who replaces, he also is Gus on Psych.
Okay.
He's brilliant. So you gotta watch it for him because he's a brilliant actor.
Okay. I just need to see where I left off.
Katherine Heigl? Kathleen Heigl?
Catherine Hegel or Heigl?
Hegel,
Yeah.
the girl from Roswell. She's also on, and she's good too. Like both of the replacements are good.
Is she the redhead one?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's funny. I like her.
Yeah, both of the people they've got to replace them were great.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is, as much as I love Harvey, this is Mike's show.
It is. It's Mike's show for sure.
So the same thing I said about Cobra Kai is like, how do you do it without?
It's like, how do you continue the show now that Mike's gone?
Yeah.
It's weird. It was weird to me, but maybe I should have given it a chance.
I will say Suits has 2 points where it kind of dips in quality to me.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gotten to either one of them yet in the rewatch, so maybe I'll change my opinion rewatching it. But the second one and the biggest one is obviously when they left.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember when this first aired. I even said jokingly, why couldn't she just wait a couple years to marry the prince and finish the damn show?
I know, right?
Because I did say that.
She could have just finished it after her marriage, or I don't know how busy it is being royalty.
She's a duchess.
Yeah.
So she's not even the princess. She's like the what, third or fourth in line's wife. She could still act.
I feel like she could have.
They live in America now.
Yeah, she could have still acted. Nothing's stopping her.
before I continue, okay. So the first one, the first dip in quality I thought was when Mike becomes a real lawyer. Because then
Mike takes a deal to get out early, and in the finale.
I'm not rewatching it. Why are you spoiling it for me? Do you hear this?
How did that even happen?
I don't know, but the fact that it knew which Mike I was talking about
That was really creepy.
and was responding to the deal he made to get out of prison early is insane.
That is so creepy.
Because when it started talking, I didn't mention the word Suits. We were talking about Meghan Markle and then Mike, and it knew exactly which Mike I was talking about.
I was like, oh shit, what did I put?
That is fucked up. Like, that's insane.
It's what I try to silence it.
Well, I mean, I've seen it before, so I know what happens. But that is crazy.
That's crazy that I knew exactly which Mike we were talking about.
Oh
my God.
But when Mike becomes a real lawyer, the premise of the show is gone.
Yeah, because he wasn't ever a real lawyer.
Yeah, but the whole premise of the show is that he's a fraud.
Yeah, he's a fraud.
When he's no longer a fraud, that's the show.
Where do you go from that? Exactly.
So I feel like that was the first dip.
Yeah.
I feel like him getting out and being a real lawyer should have been the end of the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or him and Rachel leaving should have been the end of the show.
Yeah.
It was like The Return of the King that had like 5 endings.
Yeah.
Suits had 3 endings.
Mm-hmm.
The first one would have been brilliant. The second one would have been good.
Mm-hmm.
The third one isn't bad, but it's like you missed the mark twice, and it went on too long. It's the Cobra Kai thing. I was like, Cobra Kai ended when it should.
Yeah.
Suits went on too long.
It went on too long. That's why I was like, I'm kind of, it's kind of losing me.
Yeah, Suits LA though really has nothing to do with this. I think Harvey's supposed to be on a couple episodes.
Okay.
But Suits LA is in LA,
Mm-hmm.
and the dude from Arrow is the main star.
Okay.
I don't know if you know
I
who the
don't
dude from.
remember.
Have you ever watched Arrow?
I don't think I
Oh.
have. Superhero movie, right?
It's a show, but yeah, he plays the Green Arrow.
Okay.
Dude with a bow
No.
and arrow.
The-
You have no idea what I'm talking
when you say dude with the bow and arrow, that makes me think of Hawkeye. 'Cause
This is the green dude with the bow and
Hawkeye
arrow.
is the dude with the bow and arrow.
I am glad that your mind immediately goes to Marvel.
Yeah, my mind immediately goes to Marvel.
I do appreciate that. Marvel is better.
Yeah.
Well, this is the DC dude.
Okay, well, I feel like Marvel is. I'm more of like Marvel, like
Speaking of Marvel,
yeah,
do you know what comes out on the 4th?
of March.
Are we in March? Yes,
Yeah.
4th of March.
Ooh.
2 days.
Is it a movie?
It's a show.
Show.
2 episodes of a show. Which is heartbreaking, because why couldn't you just drop the whole damn season?
Okay, I don't know what comes out. I haven't been up to date on the Marvel shows.
Daredevil Born Again.
Oh shit!
Daredevil comes back.
I need to rewatch Daredevil.
You're going to rewatch all of it before Tuesday?
No, I'm gonna rewatch all of it before I watch it because it's only 2 shows. I don't like to watch just 2 shows. I like to binge watch.
No.
Like if they're just like gonna drop 2 episodes, because how long are they? Like an hour or 30 minutes long?
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm just like, what am I doing with my life?
I thought I had an obsession with television.
Why can't I like to binge watch things.
She gets caught up on a show and she's just like, well, I might as well kill myself.
I'm like, I want to watch more than 2 episodes. That's a tease.
I actually disagree. I think the week, if I was fortunate enough to have my own show,
yeah.
I would rather it would rather
to
come
week.
out week to week than binge.
I guess it kind of gives you that like, I can't wait for next week to see what happens.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's how conversation grows. If you drop it all in one day, there's no conversation.
Yeah.
The conversation
true, 'cause
lasts
you can
an
talk
hour.
about it. You can be like, oh my god, can you imagine what's going to happen next week?
Yeah, but if you have a 10 episode show, that
Yeah.
conversation lasts 2.5
That's
weeks.
true. You can't have a conversation about it if you watch everything.
Yeah, you can't build in the zeitgeist.
Yeah, that's true. But yes, I'm going to rewatch all of Daredevil before
You're gonna
2
rewatch
days.
Defenders?
I don't think I've seen Defenders.
You've never seen Defenders?
Yeah, I've never seen Defenders. Am I supposed to watch Defenders?
So, Defenders takes place after, I think, season 2 of Daredevil, before season 3.
Oh.
Defenders is where they all came together.
Where everybody came together.
Yeah.
Like all the Marvel.
Well, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones.
Oh.
Have you seen any of these shows?
I've seen Luke Cage.
Okay.
Iron Fist, I couldn't get into that.
It is the...
I saw a couple episodes of Iron
Nino
Fist.
hates that show.
I couldn't get into it. I saw a few episodes and I was just like...
It is the weaker of the shows.
Yeah.
But it's...
Jessica Jones I haven't seen.
Jessica Jones is...
Mhm.
Arguably... It is one of the best Marvel shows. It is brilliant.
Okay.
Jessica Jones is really, really good. Daredevil's my favorite, but Jessica Jones is really, really
Yeah.
good.
What other ones did you say? Daredevil?
Iron Fist, Luke Cage. Those are the 4.
Okay.
And then they all kind of cross over into Defenders.
Okay.
And then spun out of Daredevil is the Punisher show.
I remember The Punisher. That was pretty good.
But those are the Netflix shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to watch it before the new show came out, but then I got into Suits, and then I was also thinking, because if I wanted to watch just the things I would need for this, then it would be the first 2 seasons of Daredevil, then the Defenders, then season 3 of Daredevil, both seasons of Punisher, because apparently he's going to be in this new Daredevil show.
Okay.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Spider-Man's gonna be in there?
No, but Daredevil was in
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man No Way Home. Remember, he was Peter's attorney.
Yeah, he was the attorney.
Then the Hawkeye TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Echo TV show.
I don't think I've seen the Echo.
You should watch the Echo show.
Okay.
Okay. So, for you,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to watch all the stuff before you watch the new Daredevil, you can forget all of the other Netflix stuff. Watch Daredevil 1 and 2, then Defenders, then Daredevil 3. Watch both seasons of The Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to watch No Way Home. I mean, he's in it, but he's only Matt Murdock in it, and he's only in a scene.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to rewatch it, it's a great movie. You've seen it.
He's only in that one.
He's
scene
only in that one
where
scene.
He's the attorney, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't really need to rewatch that.
Mm-hmm.
What I did when I rewatched all the Captain America stuff, I just watched Anthony Mackie scenes in the old Captain America movies. I didn't watch the whole movies because I didn't have time. So you could just watch that scene where Matt catches the brick because that's all it is. That's the only scene. But he is in a couple episodes of She-Hulk. You don't have to watch the whole show.
Okay.
But watch those episodes.
Okay.
She-Hulk gets a lot of shit. I actually really enjoyed it.
Okay.
The ending was a little too meta for me, but overall that show was pretty great.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen it or no?
She-Hulk, I haven't.
So you should watch She-Hulk because Matt Murdock's in that.
Okay.
But you definitely have to watch Hawkeye. Have you seen Hawkeye?
I'm pretty sure I have.
Okay, it's a Christmas show.
Maybe I have to rewatch it.
Okay, watch
'Cause
Hawkeye.
I like Hawkeye. I feel like I would have watched it. 'Cause
You definitely have to watch Hawkeye. And then
Okay.
when you're done with Hawkeye, you definitely have to watch Echo.
Okay.
Echo's only 5 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. People don't talk about it, but it was really great because Hawkeye and Echo have Wilson Fisk in it.
Okay.
And I don't know what this new season's about, but I have a feeling that what happens in Echo is going to play a big part in this show.
Okay.
So you gotta watch all of that.
I got to.
You should just watch everything. It's all really good.
Yeah. I have to finish rewatching Breaking Bad. I'm in the last season.
Yeah.
I kind of flew through
I
it.
mean, that's what I'm doing with Suits.
But there's
yeah.
only 5 seasons of Breaking Bad.
I thought there was 6.
There's only 5.
There's only 5?
I thought it was longer too. It was 5.
Wow,
Yeah.
I really thought it was 6.
I thought so too.
Okay.
There is 6 of Better Call Saul.
Okay, maybe that's why I was confusing you with that.
Mm-hmm.
But Breaking Bad is like Sopranos and other things, right? Like the last season is long.
Yeah, the last season's pretty long.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I was confused. Because it's one of those things where they broke the last season up.
Yeah. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I'm on the last season, so I'm going to finish that, and then I'll catch up on other shows.
Yeah, I haven't watched any TV since I've been watching Suits. Like I've stopped watching everything else because I'm just like I'm hooked.
Yeah.
This show is addicting. I forgot how addicting it is.
Louis Lit is one of my favorites.
You just got lit up.
He just got lit up.
But I texted you the other day. It's like I go from
You
loving.
go from loving to hating him.
Oh, I can't. When I hate him,
He's pretty
hate him.
evil. In some episodes, he's very evil.
He's the most emotional man
He
I have ever
is.
met.
And then you go from hating him to feeling sorry for him, and you're like, oh man.
He really is a great actor, though.
He is.
Like the fact that he can make you love him and hate him
Yeah.
in the same scene.
Yeah.
I'll start the scene like this motherfucker is pissing me off,
Mm-hmm.
and then he just gets that like.
Yeah.
Just like, oh,
he's all,
poor
like,
poor
so
Louis. I feel so bad for him.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man.
I just saw the episode where he was down there begging everyone to go mudding with him.
Oh yeah, the mudding episode.
I'm just like, what the hell? And he's like to Jessica, Donna, will you go mudding with me? No.
No.
To Rachel, no. And then
Who ended up going with him?
well, the ending of the episode, Donna left him a package with robes saying, let's go mudding.
Oh, Donald.
And then he's like running out the door, and Rachel walks in, and he's like, I can't talk, Rachel. I'm going mudding with Donna. And she's like, well, you're going mudding with both of us. And then he faints.
Oh, so both of them went.
Apparently they
Oh,
both
wow.
went with him. But he just faints.
That's so funny.
Oh. What I love about Suits, though, I don't know if have you ever watched Lucifer?
I don't remember.
Lucifer is a great show. It's a weird show.
Yeah.
It's a great show. It's based off the DC comic Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a weird show because it was on, I believe, NBC, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the first, I think it's 6 seasons. So for the first 3 seasons, it was on NBC. So it was 22 episode seasons, and it was basically a police procedural with some supernatural overarching stories.
Oh.
So it'd have like season-long arcs, but
So
most episodes were
It's kind
season-long.
of like Supernatural.
Yeah, kind of like Supernatural, kind of like Buffy and all that. Basically, the premise of it is Lucifer gets tired of being in hell, so he comes to LA and finds this cop girl who is not affected by his powers. Then he gets infatuated with her, so he starts helping her solve crimes.
Oh.
Weird premise, right? But it's great. So that's the first 3 seasons, and then it got canceled, and Netflix brought it up, so it started having short seasons, and started focusing a lot more heavily on the story and less on the procedural.
Okay.
So the second half of the show is a completely different show. But still the same show, all the same characters and everything like that. But the
Yeah.
format of the show just completely shifts. But what I love about it is that Louis Litt's girlfriend, what's her name? Shayla.
Oh, Shayla.
She was doing both shows at the same time.
Uh-huh.
They were airing at the same time, and she
Yeah.
was on Suits, and then she was also on Lucifer. She was doing both shows at the same time. And then D.B. Woodside, Robin Wood from Buffy, was on Suits as Jessica's boyfriend, but then he's also Lucifer's brother on Lucifer at the same time. It's like the number of actors crossing over
Wow.
between these two shows. It's just, I was like, I loved it because they were in at the same time, and you would like
Yeah.
turn back and forth between them, and it's like, oh, it's the same actors going back and forth.
That's crazy.
Great year for those actors making money on both shows.
Yeah.
But there's some good television out there.
Yeah.
But all right, I am Jonathan.
I'm Zelda.
I'm glad to be back. Give us legends.
Give us some mashed potatoes.
Give us mashed
I don't know.
potatoes.
I'm just eating mashed potatoes.
Oh, good God.